Wicked. Okay, so just to give you guys a heads up, I am one of those viewers that did not see the play, so my perspective is a little bit different than the majority of the population that went to go and see Wicked and have seen the play. Now, there are things I recall hearing from people who have seen the play, so there were some Easter eggs and some stuff that happened in the film that I was surprised to see too, as far as the things that I had known based off of the play. However, I guess my connection with the film may not be as, I don't even know the word, to be honest with you, as accurate as somebody who has seen the play and has more of an emotional tie to the story, because I am a fresh new pair of eyes to this particular story. Of course, I, as well as many other people of the world, have seen The Wizard of Oz, especially many other renditions of it, such as Tin Man, which I highly recommend, by the way, if you haven't seen that one. And just being able to see the Wonderful World of Oz featuring James Franco, which Disney took another spin as part of a prequel to The Wizard of Oz. That one was fairly interesting to watch as well, from that point of view and that concept. I know there's a couple other ones that have been made prior to that, but I can't think of them right now. I definitely just recommend Tin Man. Oh my gosh. So let's dive into the world of Wicked here, because there is so much happening, and for starters, I am just beyond upset, as I'm sure many others are, that Wicked is a part 1 of 2. It's the waiting. The waiting game is just I was very, very happy and surprised at the same time to see Ariana Grande being involved in a film, especially because she's a phenomenal singer, and for her to be in a musical like this is just perfect. Now, her character, however, in the film, playing Glinda or Glinda the Good, was not what I had anticipated, because we obviously have a recollection of Glinda in The Wizard of Oz and how she is. Obviously, she's a lot older. So going into this film and there being parts of a continuation from The Wizard of Oz a little bit into this one in some scenes, it's just kind of weird. I mean, this is a new-aged film, a new-aged musical, so I understand the whole concept, I really do, but it's just weird. She definitely made me feel some kind of way about her character. I just wanted to wring her neck most of the time in this movie. She did such a great job in playing her part, and even better in all of the songs that she sang. Then we have the infamous Wicked Witch, which was played by Cynthia Erivo, I want to say is how you pronounce her name. If I butchered it, I am so sorry, but she plays Elphaba, and she was the most iconic character of the entire movie. Like, obviously, we have a lot of people that were fans of her, fans of the Wicked Witch, I guess. I was never a fan of the Wicked Witch ever, especially watching The Wizard of Oz, but in watching this film, I fell really hard for this character and connecting with her and her situation on a whole nother level. So this whole story of Wicked is basically when the Wicked Witch, as well as Glinda the Good, both encounter each other for the very first time in school, prior to everything that happened in The Wizard of Oz, which is eventually supposed to lead up to those factors. So there were a lot of cool Easter eggs and points that were brought into the movie if you saw and seeing the original cast, just a glimpse of them, or seeing those red slippers, ruby slippers. That was exciting. And then there were some other fun surprises that I won't mention, because if you haven't seen the film, I definitely highly recommend that you go and watch it. We have a really wide cast in this film, which was amazing. Jonathan Bailey, who played Prince Fiero. Jeff Goldblum was an interesting choice, but you know what? He did a great job. Obviously, in this film, we don't get too much viewing of The Wizard, but the amount that we do is actually pretty cool. I actually really liked the perception and the angle that they went, and seeing a little bit more of the inside of the wizard's lair, or whatever you want to call it. It took me maybe half of the movie to finally realize who the voice character of Dr. Dillamond is, which is the goat. I was listening to his voice and I'm like, oh, this is eating away at me. I know that voice. I know that voice. I know that voice. And then by the middle of the movie, I'm literally pulling up my phone really quick, pulling up IMDb on my phone, and to find out that it was Peter Dinklage this whole time, and I didn't pick up on that, was just annoying. But it was so much more satisfying when I finally realized who it was, to actually listen to the character. But this whole time, I'm sitting here in the theater like, who is that? I know that voice. I've heard that voice. Who is it? Peter Dinklage. So as I said, we're going through the adventures of pre-Wizard of Oz situations. This being a film that had to stop midway, and we're getting a part 2, which means there's going to be so much more unraveling. But I have to say, the way they ended off part 1 was probably the most moving ending to a part 1 that I've seen in a movie in a long time. The last song, Defying Gravity, was just, it was elevating. Like, holy mother of God. I wanted to listen to that song on repeat for days. It was actually a really sweet, interesting concept of a film, great musical, great acting. In the weeks afterwards, it was pretty interesting to see all of the fans' theories and stuff in regards to this film versus the Wizard of Oz timeline, and who's really the good and who's really the bad. I do have my own theories of what part 2 is gonna be perceived as. I'm hoping that it's, because I'm a happy endings kind of person, as Josh likes to put it. See, everybody that has seen the play, if you're watching this review, clearly you know what's going to happen. Please do not spoil it, but just give me a little hint. Is it going to have a happy ending? Kind of? I mean, anyways, if you have seen Wicked, please let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. I would love to hear your opinions. I would love to discuss your thoughts on the play versus the movie, especially part 1. Don't go past to part 2. I'm telling you right now, please, if I get spoiled, done. No, I'm just kidding. But no, seriously, please don't spoil me. I would love to eventually see the play. I really would. It's on my to-do list. That being said, I hope that this review was somewhat insightful. Probably not. I feel like it was more of a rant than a review. It's just my thoughts. I appreciate you guys very much. Give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you are, thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you guys have a lovely day. Stay green. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!